Welcome to Ag Shorts. Today's topic is slightly more fun than usual. We came up with it over the Christmas time frame. So there were things flowing like whiskey, beer, wine. And the question is, what's the best beer for breakfast?
Free.
Free beer. All right, I'll take that. What's the next
That's the best
best?
beer for any time of the day. Oh, well, I always make the joke that my favorite beers are the ones that you would have for breakfast, either a coffee stout, an
Mhm.
oatmeal stout, or a milk stout.
Right.
See the theme. I like the stouts, the darker, heavier, more robust beers, but yeah, those three breakfast flavors are really good. We even had one that was somebody made they said it was a French toast,
Yeah. It
right?
was
And it was good, but you don't want many of them. It was pretty sweet, but my God, it tasted like French toast milk or French
where
toast beer. It was phenomenal. Oh,
where did the was that Galleys? Did Galleys do that one? Was it a special, I think? A Christmas special?
I think it was.
Yeah, so
That's
that's
where I
about
was
30
driving
minutes
around the
from us.
block while you guys were
Yeah.
in getting beer.
The I agree. It's got to be the dark stuff, and typically it's going to be something like that. I love porters personally, but they're too thin for breakfast. So if you're going to do a breakfast, it's got to be thick, heavy, dark. And so I'm thinking same thing, coffee or like milk probably more than likely. I've had a couple of oatmeal stouts, but they tend to be thinner for me. So I need that heavy body. Like if you think Guinness, if anybody's had Guinness and it's just like you're drinking two loaves of bread at once, that's what I would want for breakfast.
Well, the
Yeah.
caloric intake is about equivalent too.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Exactly.
I can remember it being at a brewery. This has been several years ago, and was bellied up to the bar. You guys had all gotten a flight. I think there was five or six of us, and I was the last one. I was going to buy everybody's beer, and I was sitting there. I couldn't decide on like a third beer, and there was one that said milk stout, and I'd never heard of it, milk stout before. And this one happened to be on nitro,
Oh yeah, nice and
using nitrogen.
smooth.
Oh yeah, it was smooth, and I'm like, I don't know. I was kind of talking to myself, and I asked the bartender or the guy keeping it. I said, What's that milk stout about? How is that? And there's a guy sitting there, obviously kind of a shy, just kept his head down and was playing on his phone a little bit, and he goes, "You're gonna like it, but don't drink too many of them; they'll hurt you."
Yep.
And I went, "Ooh, got to try it." And man, I fell in love with the milk stout on nitro. But he's right.
Oh yeah.
You do that, that can hurt you.
There's some of them like that French toast. I was telling mom, like you drink too many of them, it'll hurt you because it's too sweet. Like you
Yeah.
you can have one, maybe two, but even with having three or four, even if you drink
Oh,
regularly, it'll hit you the next day, whether you expect it to or not.
yeah.
It will because that just I think it's the sweetness to it, but
Yeah. And there's been several that have done like a kind of like a cinnamon type,
yeah,
like a
that,
cinnamon
that can be
roll.
good. Yeah.
And that can be very good too, which is kind of breakfasty, I guess. But yeah, those staples, oatmeal, milk, and coffee, hard to beat.